Hi, and welcome to Meet the Candidates 2018, a voter education program sponsored by the Shakopee Chamber and Visitors Bureau. My name is Angie Whitcomb, and I'm joined today by school board candidate Paul Christiansen. Paul, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Appreciate it. Why don't we start by giving you an opportunity to tell the viewers a little bit about yourself and why you're running.
Okay, well, about me, I grew up across the river in Chaska, and hopefully that doesn't count too harshly against me. After graduating high school, I served an enlistment in the United States Marine Corps, after which I went on and earned a degree in criminal justice. And with that degree, I worked 17 years as a police officer, and I also worked a number of years with the security department at Mystic Lake Casino. Since retiring from law enforcement, I went back to school for information technology, and I currently work for United Healthcare as a senior technical support specialist.
Fantastic. Well, we're glad you could join us today. So diving right in, school board members serve their districts in a model known as board governance, whereby the superintendent and the district administration manage the day-to-day and the board governs. Can you explain the importance of those two roles and how they differ from one another?
Absolutely. The board's responsibility is to set policy, to set a budget, and to have direct oversight of the administration. The administration's job is to ensure that these policies and procedures and budgets are executed as directed.
Great. So the fund balance has been a hot topic as of late. It's lower than some think it should be. What ideas do you have for rebuilding the district's fund balance? What should that fund balance be, and what's a good timeline for achieving that goal?
My plan would be to set a strict budget, and the budgets need to be adhered to. I know that there are many in public sector who like to go over budgets so they can get more money the next year. But right now, we need to stay within our budget. If I can't stay within my budget at home, I cannot go to my superiors at work and say, "You got to give me more money." They'll show me the door.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of elderly people in this community on a fixed income. And if we're going to raise taxes, maybe we need to talk to those people and ask them just how much more money they can afford to pay out in taxes. People are still struggling. The economy is turning around, thankfully, but we need to learn how to live within our budget.
Okay, great. Shakopee's approved referendum spend is $724 per student. Mm-hmm. The state average is almost $1,300 per student, and comparable school districts are at $1,700 roughly per student. Are we spending enough per student to give them what they need, and what is your recommended per student allowance?
I don't have a set number.
Sure.
I'm looking at the results we're getting. Mm-hmm. From everything I've seen with the kids that we're putting out as graduates of Shakopee High School, we're putting out some pretty good kids. Mm-hmm. More money does not guarantee a better outcome. What we have is kids that have put in the work. We've had amazing teachers. I mean, these people are rock stars. Mm-hmm. And spending more money doesn't necessarily mean we're going to get even better results. We need to make sure that our teachers and support staff are compensated for the hard work they're doing and the great work they're doing. Mm-hmm. But again, if we can do that on spending less money, I'm all for it, because then we can restore our fund balances.
There you go. All right. So what is your view of the new Academies of Shakopee model, and how, if elected, will you work to ensure its success?
Like many, I have some reservations about the academies model. I have a 17-year-old who's a senior right now, and he's severely autistic.
Okay.
Anyone who's been to a Shakopee football game would know Jake. He is the big guy on the sideline that dances like nobody's watching. He's amazing. I'm so proud of him. But what I'm not seeing in the academies model is if a student wants to pursue a trade, it doesn't mention anything about supporting that. I think it's great for a college-bound student, but not everyone is ready for college. When I graduated high school, I was not ready for college. I served my enlistment in the Marine Corps. I had some growing up to do, let's face the facts. But I did that growing up, and then I was able to be successful in college. I like the collaboration of the academies model, but I just don't see where it's supporting anyone unless they're planning on going on to a four-year college. And we cannot use that metric as a measure of success.
Okay. If you were not a school board candidate, but a Shakopee High School student, what academy would you choose?
I would probably choose the social service one just because of the passion I've had for law enforcement my entire life.
Okay, great. Thank you. It's just one of those softball questions for you. So, Paul, what has the existing school board done well? And if elected, what work would you be excited to continue?
Again, I'm going to echo this. They've hired amazing teachers in Paris. I have not met one teacher yet that I wasn't impressed by.
That's great.
And let's face it, they're the ones that get it done. School board can set policy all the live long day. The administration can execute it to the nth degree. But if we do not hire the teachers and the pairs and the support staff to get the job done, it's all for nothing.
Great. Well, thank you. So to wrap this up, why don't you tell the viewers at home why they should vote for you on November 6th?
Well, the voters have a choice. Clearly, we have a number of candidates running, but they have a choice. If they're happy with the business as usual with the Shakopee School Board, I'm probably not your guy. If you want to see some change, accountability, and transparency with your school board, then vote for me, and I would be honored to represent the entire community, because the school system doesn't belong to the board, it doesn't belong to administrators, it belongs to this community, and the community needs to be provided better information than what they're receiving.
Great. Well, thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
As always, the views expressed in these interviews are those of the candidates and not necessarily those of the Shakopee Chamber and Visitors Bureau. For all election-related information, including polling places, please visit www.shakopee.org.